Sometimes you just gotta make them bite. There he is. Look at that. Great big one. This spot's gotta have fish. I got him. Good one, boy. Good one. There we go. There, chop. Nice fish. That did not take too long.
For every season, there's a reason to go fishing. And during every season, there are good reasons why certain lure components and tactics tend to outproduce others.
Come here, buddy.
Big fish.
Come here.
Okay,
Easy.
here we go. Here
Easy.
comes, look
Okay,
at this.
there you go. Okay. Oh,
Nice.
That's a big one,
yeah.
oh.
Oh, right there,
There
right
you
there,
go.
Jim, right there, right at the
Basically, it's all about matching lure styles and tactics to the prevailing conditions, which involve environmental factors such as lake type, weather, fish species, and feeding attitude.
Shoots up, hovers down, shoots up, whoop, and you get
got
bit.
him?
Yep.
Got him? Okay.
Wait, that was on cue.
Given the complex interactions between these elements and the individual characteristics that different fish species display, there's no such thing as a universal lure of choice for all situations.
Al, that was totally on cue, man.
And if you think a jig is just a jig, or that one crankbait design will likely work as well as another, well, you're in for a rude awakening. Today, on The Edge, we examine a variety of jighead styles and applications for catching smallmouth bass in spring, correctly matching each head design to a particular fishing tactic. Then, we explore a variety of productive and durable lure options for catching big northern pike during early fall, whose sharp teeth can crunch, munch, and mangle lesser baits in swift fashion.
Oh man, look at that. Another great pike. We've got a pile of these today on Northwest Ontario's Lake of the Woods, and this whole area is littered with countless big pike fisheries.
Are you finding it harder and harder to spend time with your family? All you need is the right place to reconnect.
Big walleye, Dad.
Got it. Here we go. This is fun.
Northwest Ontario, your place to reconnect.
Why take chances with your engines? Protect them from neglect, wear, and tear the easy way. With Seafoam Motor Treatment. Seafoam helps to maintain top engine performance by removing harmful deposit buildup from your engine and fuel system. Control moisture in gas and diesel. Stabilize fuel for up to 2 years. And lubricate your engines to start easier, run cooler, and last longer. Trust all your engines to Seafoam Motor Treatment, the choice of mechanics for over 70 years.
Closed captioning provided by Northwest Ontario, Canada. Smallmouth bass often have a reputation for being ferocious feeders, lashing out at baits like a school of hungry piranha.
Ah, buddy. Double header. Wow, look at that guy there.
That can be the case when the water is extremely cool or extremely warm. But what about the time in between? Believe it or not, sometimes smallies can be very selective in their feeding habits, biting as light as a feather and being tougher than a stubborn mule.
Whoa, huh? Look at that. That's a nice fish. Another nice bass. Wow, 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 wow. Boy, this lake has some real horses in it. Holy smokes. Come here. Oh, stop. There we go. I got him. Look at that, huh?
Pretty one.
Is that a horse? So, hey, when you're heading out on the water to do a little fishing, you got your tackle box packed with maybe some crankbaits, a few jerk baits, of course, some soft plastics, maybe even a few topwaters. What do you think about when it comes to picking the right lure for the right situation? Well, a lot of it comes down to the current environmental conditions, the weather conditions, and what kind of mood the fish happen to be in. Today, Jim and I are out targeting smallmouth bass, and we're targeting them with soft plastics. And the idea of today's show is all of the new rigging, jig designs, hook designs, and weight systems that are available for delivering soft plastic baits to big brown bass. This is going to be a fun day.
I'm sold. Ooh. Boy, they're beautiful fish, aren't they? Look at that. He's got a buddy with him, Jer. He's got a great big one with him. Figures I catch the little guy. Look, see him swimming with him? Right now, you know, that's one thing that Jeremy was talking about. The mood of these fish can change so dramatically over the course of a day, or even, you know, just timely weather. So many different variable conditions. It's one thing when you're talking about soft plastics, which are such a big part of bass fishing, but there's a wide variety of different presentations to fish these baits, whether you want them, you know, dragging them tight on the bottom or horizontal, you know, suspended in the water column, depending on what the fish are willing to feed on. This is a real fat little guy, isn't it?
As we said, there's really a wide range of lure presentations to catch moody smallies in spring. Today we're focusing on soft bait presentation tactics. For a fast-moving horizontal presentation, the VMC drop-dead hook rigged with a 5-inch Trigger X minnow is a good option. They come in various weight sizes to fish various depth ranges. Another great way to fish a minnow profile is to simply nose hook the bait with a VMC wacky hook. This combination incorporates a really slow drop speed with erratic behavior. For bottom fishing, the standard 4-inch tube rigged on a VMC finesse jig head is hard to beat. The VMC rugby head has a really unique design. We usually use this with a tube profile or a twin-tailed grub. This combination is really amazingly snag resistant. Last but not least is a weighted VMC wacky weedless jig. We'll usually rig this with a 4-inch Trigger X flutter worm. Simply cast it out, let it sink to the bottom. At times, when smallies are really in a negative mood, it can be the only way to trigger strikes.
Anytime you're on the water or outside for that matter, it's really important for the health and safety of your eyes to wear sunglasses. It protects you from the sun, of course, but especially when you're fishing smallmouths like we are right now in this really clear water, I can't overemphasize how important it is to have good polarized glasses. It simply opens up the underwater world. You see things that you could never see with regular sunglasses or not wearing glasses at all for that matter. But in this particular situation, we're driving around and we're seeing places where it's dark and places where it's light. And the light places are sand, and the darker places are, of course, where the rocks are. And we're making specific casts up on a big flat right now, and we're looking for those transitional areas between good-sized rock and then sand. And it seems like a lot of times those smallmouths will use those edges as just cruising paths, running around out here. And if you can target a presentation like this that's so slow to those areas, you're simply a lot more efficient and you'll catch a lot more fish. And the ticket to doing that is having good glass. We wear I-gogs sunglasses, and it's amazing now the technology, how it's changed. For 30 bucks, 20, 30 bucks, you can have a pair of glasses that not that long ago would have cost you $200-300, and you don't need to spend that kind of money. You get really good quality lenses for not that much. They're awesome. Nice big fish, Jim. Big fish there, man. Wow, look at this.
You get my
Holy
attention with the
cow.
hodad.
The hodad.
Well, it may be the color. You got orange on, which is very crawdad-ish, wildered. I don't know how I got him hooked. I'm impressed with the hodad.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, look at him. Whoa, look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, bud. Come here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That is a really, really, really sporty smallmouth. Really, really nice fish. And you know, when it comes to catching lots of fish and having lots of success, a lot of it can come simply down to the terminal side of what you're doing, fishing with the right style jig, the right weight, the right hook design, can all add up to big payoffs like a bronzy like that. Great fish.
Adaptable jigging and rigging tactics will put more bass in your boat this season. And in bass, jigging and rigging patterns, we cover the fine points of fishing soft baits with precision and finesse. It's part of our Angling Edge instructional DVD collection available at anglingedge.com.
Welcome to the inner circle. Rotating coverage up to 300 feet gives you a detailed 360-degree view of structure, contour changes, and fish. So you can see them before they see you. Incredible 360 imaging, available for your transom and now for your bow, putting you at the center of the 360 revolution, only from Humminbird.
We tried beating it senseless, bending it in half, and punishing it with extreme temps, corrosive salt water, and blistering UV rays. And all Talon did was ask for more. So we wanted to know what Talon's breaking point really was. We'll let you know if we ever find it. Talon, born tough, tested tougher.
In fishing, nothing beats the confidence and enjoyment that comes with using the best equipment. There's a reason why generations of professional anglers, guides, and camp operators make Lund their boat of choice. They stand up to the elements and the repeated use that hardcore anglers put them through, season after season. They're guide-tested, wilderness-proven. Isn't it time for you to experience the Lund difference?
Oh, there he is. Hey, you! Yeah. Fat boy, you can't get none of this. Look at me. I got moves. I go man, I go right, I go left again. Watch it. Oh, there it is. Psych! I'm so erratic, I don't even know where I'm going. Come on, Chubby Cheeks. Come on, Bucket Mouth. Come get some of this. I can do this all day long. Look at me. Watch this. Come on. Your mama's so fat that she can't get out the fish net. Ow! All right, I'll give you that one.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
There we go.
Got
Oh
one?
yeah, big fish.
Oh, is that the muskie maybe, huh?
That's the pike, I think. Maybe it is that muskie, it's big. I'm trying, nope, just a, whoa! Side hook pike.
Ooh, nice fish.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it with the net here.
All right. Woo! Oh! Whoa. Huh? How's that for a start to the day? Big pike. Today Mike and I are fishing in northwest Ontario that's home to tons of great pike like this, and we're fishing that time of year, early fall, when big pike are making their way out of the deep water and starting to show up on some of the shallow structures and rock and weeds, and hopefully we're gonna have a big day of big jacks like this. What a beauty.
Nice fish, Jared.
Yeah. Get her back. Beautiful fish. Man, oh man. Great pike. Great pike. Can you take off there?
Well, Jared mentioned we're up here in northwest Ontario fishing for pike, and it's mid-September. It's kind of that time of the year when the water's cooling down, you know. It's you start to see the surface temp drop quite a bit as the days go on, and pike, typically the bigger pike anyhow, are usually deep in the summer in these kind of waters. You know, I guess biologists would consider northerns a cool water fish. You know, the big ones aren't really fond of warm water, so they're deep. But now this time of the year as the water cools, we were at, what, 70 degrees a few days ago, and we're already dropping into the 60s. So these bigger fish are starting to move up onto these rock structures in the weed beds. So we're going after the bigger fish that are moving up shallow.
If you look at the sky right now, these are the absolute classic cloud conditions, sky conditions for a big time cold front in early fall. I mean, it's just the air feels cool. You can see that these are the clouds after the passing storm, and it's definitely very brisk. Feels like fall, and it feels like big fish weather.
You know, when Jeremy and I came out this morning, we were commenting on the weather. We had a really pretty good storm go through last night, and it was like your classic musky weather. You know, they're gonna bite right after. Now a huge cold front. And usually when you're fishing a cold front conditions like this, like if you're walleye or even bass fishing, you dread days like this. But for some reason, the pike don't seem to mind it. So when we woke up and we saw that we had this kind of sky and the cool air and everything, we were feeling pretty good about being able to get a few of these big devils. Northern pike thrive in cool climates ranging from the upper US north throughout most of Canada. In warmer waters near the southern fringe of their range, fast-growing pike tend to live fast and die young, seldom achieving more than a few pounds in weight. But in cooler northerly lakes and rivers, ferocious pike tend to live longer and may achieve weights of 20 pounds or more. In spring, pike commonly roam shallow bays and are routinely caught on lures like spoons, spinnerbaits, flies, and minnow baits. During the heat of the summer, however, pike, especially the big ones, tend to avoid the stress imparted by water temperatures above 70 degrees, vacating the extreme shallows if possible. In Canadian waters, deep, cool mid-lake areas with abundant cisco and whitefish forage provide ideal summer pike habitat until water temperatures dip in the fall. At that point, pike commonly move shallow again, feeding along deep weeds at the mouths of shallow bays or along main lake rock points like we're fishing today. Pike remain quite active throughout the winter months, making them prime targets for ice fishing. Anglers typically suspend dead bait like suckers, smelt, cisco's herring, or other large forage fish beneath tip-ups and wait for the flag to pop, indicating a strike. Some of the largest fish of the year are caught at this time.
Ooh, that's a beauty pike. Baby. This one came on a quick strike rig, which is a good way to fish tip-ups.
Northwest Ontario is a prime drive-to destination for pike, with thousands of lakes capable of producing large pike year-round. Just about everywhere you go, trophy pike lurks somewhere nearby. Rocks. Way out there? Oh yeah. There's a fish. There's a fish. Yep, got him.
Just bounced off the rocks.
Yep,
and
another
bingo,
nice
huh?
one, Jared. Really nice fish. I bounced off a rock. Yep. Holy cow, I don't see my bait on this one.
Good thing you got
Down the hatch.
Oh wow, what a
Look
nice
at that beauty,
fish.
huh?
Another big fish, Mike.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where's my lure?
Look at that. Wow. Wow, is that a big pike?
Oh, there we go. Holy
right
cow.
on. Holy smokes, did he bite that?
Yeah, he's down his gullet there.
Wow.
Kind of fun,
when
huh?
I show you the gear that we're using right now, we're throwing Rapala's BX Swimmer and it's a really great multi-species bait. You catch pike, walleyes, smallmouth, catch a little bit of everything on this bait up here. And the one thing about pike that makes them so enjoyable is you don't have to throw really big lures to catch really big fish. Pike are very susceptible to smaller lures, and this particular fishery we're on has a lot of smelt. This is about the same profile as a smelt is, so it's a very natural forage item for the fish. And then with the gear, we're fishing bass tackle. I've got here a Quantum XO 300 spooled with 50-pound Suffix 832. And then on the business end of it, of course, like I mentioned, we've got the BX swimmer, and then I run a little shank of Terminator's titanium on the end of it. This is 30-pound. This prevents bite-offs. It gives the bait a real natural action because it's so thin. But fishing this lightweight gear, this system, catching big fish, man, it is an absolute hoot. If you haven't come up to Northwest Ontario and spent some time on pike, you're really missing the boat because they're one of the greatest game fish this area has to offer. They're just a blast. All right, I'm ready for another one.
Oh, it's a giant snake.
It's a huge snake.
It's a giant snake.
Wow.
Big, big,
There's
big
another
pike.
fish right there. Did you see that?
Yeah, another fish came up. I thought for sure it was a muskie with how big it is, but
it's a huge northern.
You ready? Here he comes.
Oh, big pike. Wow. I'm going to spot lock again. I just can't say enough how much I love this feature on the Minn Kota Tarova with the iPilot link system we've got going here. It just makes it so nice when you're fishing the shield water.
One more time up. You ready?
Ready
to sweep him? I'm going to try to bring him right over to you. There we go. Oh!
Wow, that is huge.
Oh, I got him. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. I'm going to keep him in the water.
Oh man, look at that. Another great pike. We've got a pile of these today on Northwest Ontario's Lake of the Woods, and this whole area is littered with countless big pike fisheries. If you haven't enjoyed pike fishing for a while or you've never done it, you got to take advantage of these great fish. They're aggressive, they fight hard, and they're just a blast. Woo! Get her back.
If you'd like to know more about fishing and vacation opportunities in Northwest Ontario, log on to northwestontario.com. Northwest Ontario. There's no place like this.
Suffix 832 is constructed with 7 strands of Dyneema and a single strand of Gore Performance Fiber. It's the roundest, longest casting line in the world. It offers superior abrasion resistance so you can fish it anywhere. It's the strongest, most sensitive, and durable small diameter braid ever to hit the water. Nice fish, Brett.
Thanks.
Suffix 832. Always use the best line.
First one. Oh, big one.
Look at that.
Really? You're seriously just gonna leave me in here?
Yeah, I'm fishing deep today, Ike.
Are you kidding me? These are perfect conditions for pulling big bass out of heavy cover.
Yeah?
Heck yeah! Try one of these weedless wacky jigs.
All right, yeah.
It has an offset hook and stainless steel weed guard. Whoa! Ah.
Sorry, Ike.
Flip it in there, and its wacky action will have you pulling out one fat bass after another. Please! I can't say anything.
And there she is.
My first Mercury.
154 stroke, the lightweight heavyweight. And she comes with all this. Say hi to Wendy from customer support. She's always there to help. Jerry from product testing. He dishes out the torture.
They can take it.
Good. And Tim from design. He never misses a detail. Obsessed with quality. Bobby, prop engineer. He turns horsepower into performance. This is George.
It's good to have Mercury behind you. Meet the rest of the team at mercurymarine.com.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
Let's talk a little bit about the power of faith.
The Bible defines faith as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. In other words, you're hoping and praying for something good to happen, something that you need in your life. It could be finances, relationship, health issues, whatever. You're hoping and praying for something good to happen that hasn't happened yet. Everything that I read in God's Word, much of what I experienced in life, as far as the power of prayer, is simply backed by faith, that you know that you believe what you're praying for. And that's the trick. That's the hardest part, because some people have faith to believe for something in their life, and the person next to them doesn't. And a lot of times you won't see the same results. Everybody's different. And when it comes to true faith, I want to give you an example of what I'm talking about. You can understand it better. It's a real practical example. My youngest son, Troy, loves to fish tournaments. And every time, the night before a tournament, he calls us, and Mary and I say a prayer with him. Now, through the tournament practice, he talks to me and gives me a nightly update on what he's seen, the patterns he's on, what the rumor mill is there. It's going to take X amount of pounds to win. This is what I'm catching. I think this is what it'll take to cash a check, or I got a chance at winning, whatever. He shares all of this. And being somebody that understands fishing extensively, I can relate to what he's talking about and read what the bite would be like. Now, my wife doesn't fish at all, and she has no understanding of the details of what he's talking about. She actually believes, beyond a shadow of a doubt, in every tournament that he goes into, he can win it. She believes this, absolutely believes this. She's convinced, and she prays for a win and the biggest fish of the tournament, and it's coming out of her heart. Well, after a lot of years of doing this, I almost know too much. My natural man comes in, and I know that when I'm praying, I might say the right words for him, but I don't mean it from my heart. I know that he can't win this tournament. I know that at best he'll have to catch this bag of fish and he'll cash a check. I know about where he'll be. I'll say the words, but they're not backed with that powerful prayer. When Mary says a prayer, he always does good. It's been amazing to me. You think I'm kidding you? You talk to him. He starts cashing a check. He's in the top 10. He's won. It goes on. It's got to the point where he says to me, Dad, I don't want you to pray. I want Ma to pray. And here I'm somebody standing by the sidelines in this, reinforcing it all. But that gives you an example of what I'm talking about. Everybody has a different belief level. Your faith can rise up in one area over something. It could be health, healing. In this case, I'm giving a very practical thing that happens in our life on a regular basis. Prayer is a powerful thing when it's backed with the faith to believe the words you're saying. That's what really moves God and creates what we commonly refer to as a miracle. Hey, from all of us here at The Edge, have a good, safe fishing season. We'll see you on the water.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for watching. And if you really like what you see, we got a whole lot more. So check us out at any one of these online outlets.